And I feel like today's going to be a special kind of a show.
I've always said that you're a rock star. Well, today
Yes.
I'm a rock star. Today I'm a rock star.
I'm Anthony. Welcome to No Vacancy Live. That's my friend Glenn.
You're watching the #1 show in hospitality.
Hey everybody, welcome to the one and only No Vacancy Live. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Anthony Melcuri. And where are we, Anthony? We've got a mystery guest here, don't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Thank you. Where are we?
Hard Rock Hotel, New York.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something. I worked here a block away for years and years, and it just amazes me every time I come to New York. There's another product, another hotel, and they keep up in the game.
No, and we're here to talk with the person who is in charge of upping the game. David, is your last name pronounced Salcfas? I totally forgot to ask you that.
The thing is soft, so Salcfas.
Salcfas, all right, cool. He's the general manager over here at the Hard Rock Hotel, right in the heart of Times Square, I would argue, because I'm looking out this window here and I can see the TKTS booth, so location doesn't get any better.
No, sir, it does not.
So Dave and I have something in common. We both ran the Algonquin Hotel, him during renovation and me when it was operating. So we have that in common.
Oh, that's pretty cool. How did you
So-
get to know each other?
David, I think David reached out to me. I reached out to him, and I wanted to see the renovation. Right, David?
That's right. So we were, during COVID, the Algonquin was closed, and we moved the Blue Bar into the lobby, and I had the Dorothy Parker desk that I had restored, and I was using it in my office.
Right.
And I said, I've got to show Anthony this because everybody talked about it. And I said, I got to meet this gentleman, and I reached out to Anthony, and they transformed the hotel.
And I loved the hotel renovation. Everybody was like, "You're gonna hate it." I loved it. I really did. And we also have another thing in common, that his director of engineering, Sean, used to work with me when we were developing a hotel in Times Square. So
That's
got a lot in common. So I want to introduce you to my friend here, Steven.
Hey, Steven.
Nice to meet you. Okay. Artist is Pitbull, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I'm the closest he'll come to Pitbull today.
That's true.
Yeah. I thought that was a command, not a
Right.
band.
So all of our employees are called band members.
Right.
And we have guitar pick.
Yeah.
Custom, and
I-
pick
yeah,
your favorite band, and you say where you're from. So what's your favorite band?
Fish.
By
So,
far. By far.
By far. So let's just orient everybody. So Anthony, you're downstairs in the lowest level in the basement in the venue, and we're on the highest level up here in the Rockstar Suite at the Hard Rock Hotel in New York.
Yeah, so I'm at the venue. So Steven, explain where we are, what this is.
So we're at the venue on Music Row. It's a 6,000 bi-level event space at Midtown Manhattan. You can see behind us, we have a massive LED screen, perfect for hybrid meetings, or even if you want to add a little video component. Right here, we have a great stage, which we've also done for fashion shows, DJ performances. And then if we want to turn the camera, or actually turn it up.
What's that? That's so cool.
Can we get this shot?
Look how beautiful.
Perfect. Again, it's bi-level, so you can see a whole moment on top and also on the bottom.
And look at those lights. I mean, this is serious. So have you had any private, like, A-list celebrities like do any kind of jamming here?
Yes, we have. We've had John Legend for our opening party, which was pretty exciting.
Oh, wow.
We've had BB Rexa for Women's Day. So a lot of cool activations.
This is a great place to activate. And also, we're standing on some pretty legendary ground, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Why is this ground? Where are we as far as New York City? What is this called?
This is Music Row. So this is where all the record stores were. And really, we really embodied that in one building, this space out here.
It's just so
Now,
incredible.
what was the record store, the famous record store? Sam Goody, right?
No, Sam
was-
Ash.
Sam Ash. That was on
Sam
this.
Goody was a famous record store to buy records. Sam Ash was more about instruments, and that's what was
Right. Yeah, but this is where a lot of famous people bought their guitars on this within these blocks. I mean, unbelievable, and you really felt. And what I was telling Glenn before when we were in the suite before that we go to a lot of hotels. We go to see a lot of suites around the country, around the world. And I'll tell you something. The design and feeling of this hotel is exactly the way you would hope for. It's like it's not in your face, but it's very, very intentional, and you feel it.
Yeah. It's very upscale. It's very modern. It's very comfortable. And one of the things I've got the common message here was make yourself at home. I really feel that way. And I've only been here for a few hours, but every individual that I connect with is absolutely fantastic, David.
So Glenn, me and Steven are going to be walking around.
Right.
Take me out, and I'll see you again in a few minutes.
Oh, that is my dream to take you out, Anthony. Boom! He is gone. So, David, how exciting is it to be running one of the newest hotels here in the heart of Manhattan when everybody said New York City was never coming back? But boy, oh boy, I was here on Sunday to go see Book of Mormon. I've never seen the city more crowded, I don't think.
I think that the city's more vibrant than ever.
Yeah.
I've always said
Yeah.
Midtown Manhattan, and particularly in the Times Square area, is the center of the universe. Where this hotel is located, where this hotel is located, we are literally minutes from everything. Rockefeller Center, where the ball drops, Central Park you can walk to, the east side of Manhattan, along the West Side Highway. So it's the perfect location, and it's been occupancy levels have never been better. This summer has been moving it so well in the right direction.
And that's really great news to hear, because a lot of pundits, and myself included, were like, I think everybody kind of spent their money in the summer of 22, but it seems like summer of 23 is going really well, because you can't beat New York. So poo-poo on all those people that said New York wasn't coming back, right?
Oh yeah, so I think it just continues to grow.
Yeah.
And I think meetings are back. Meetings have never been, in my opinion, they never left, because you said some sort of hybrid, but now you find the face-to-face interaction of our customers, and having a venue that's all entertainment focused, and entertainment is at the core of everything we do. It's a value proposition to this area that I think New York City needed.
I agree with you. It's also in the right location, because Times Square with Broadway and all the other theaters that are here. I mean, Madison Square Garden is 15 blocks-ish down there, you know. So this is like the entertainment capital of the world. And it's one of those things like, you didn't even realize you needed this property until it was here.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's where they were just in the venue at Music Row. And the venue at Music Row caters to all genres.
Right.
From comedy to...
Yeah, Anthony's back, but I was trying to let you finish your sentence.
No, from all genres. Comedy to artists, athletes, to the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, all of these sort of things, entertainment, everything can be enlivened in that space.
I was this close. I was this close to getting a cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit this year. But I know. Hey, Anthony, where are you now?
That is a cool event space. I am walking up the stairs. I don't know, for some reason it's not flipping around, but I'm walking up the stairs.
There you go.
So when you walk in to the Hard Rock here on 48th Street, and right off Times Square, you're walking up the stairs. You feel like a rock star, because it has the staircase at Fontainebleau in Florida. You know, you have that just like rock star feel.
Yeah.
And then here you are in the lobby. And the bar, again, like the lobby is the bar in the restaurant, and you really feel it. And then the front desk, where's the front desk?
Right around this.
Right here, so you don't
Yeah,
walk right into
the front desk is a little bit off to the side, which I actually like, because I think, Anthony, maybe you're feeling this when you first come off the elevators, you get a full sense of what that experience is going to be, right? You're kind of like bathed in it, and then once you get oriented, then you're able to go and check in. But I love like it's almost like a place to pause and catch your breath and kind of soak in the atmosphere.
And then you can get you into the bar.
Right.
And they have a very boutique feel and walk into.
Yeah, in retail, Paco Underhill created the phrase transition zone, right? Where you need to go from the outside world kind of the inside and kind of absorb that. That's kind of the vibe that I get here as well.
I love the feeling of exactly what you said. You come into the lobby, you see the memorabilia, and you don't even know where the front desk is until you go look for it, and then it's right behind that beautiful glass enclosure. But let me tell you my favorite thing I've seen so far. You know I'm a suit guy. I love black suits in particular. And right at the front desk, there's this, where is it? Where's the suit? Where's John Lennon's suit? Oh, is that upstairs? Where's the John, hold on. Wait, where's the John Lennon suit? Anyway, when I find it, I'll let you know. But there's this beautiful suit that's cut exactly the way I love my suits cut. And that was 50, 60 years ago. And it's still, like, it's still in style. So you just walk around.
You can make a deal. Try to get it, you know? There you go. Let me bring that up.
So, like, look at the suit. You can wear that suit today. And so you just walk around and you find things, like in any hard rock, but like it just feels a little bit more upscale, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So where are we going next, my friend Stephen?
Your favorite floor, the 25th floor.
We're going 25th floor. He's got a surprise for me. So I'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, see you in a couple of minutes. All right, we're going to test the speed of those elevators now, David. He might be looking at that suit from John Lennon, but we're looking at a Frank Sinatra sport jacket. So I don't know who's more iconic, honestly.
I can tell you, when you go into our lobby, you walk through our hallways and our guest floors.
Yeah.
Every inch of the building is New York centric, and not just Manhattan, but all 5 boroughs.
Right.
And it has to be a New York artist or somebody that's associated with New York in some special way. Down in the venue, they didn't pass it. The Ramones have a major display down there. Every floor has something for Kiss, my favorite band. When I started here, I started these meetings called the band leader sound checks. I wanted to be the band leader my whole career, but there's never been a hotel that's been more fitting than I could do that.
That's awesome.
Where you can truly be a rock star. Exactly what Anthony is walking around the building now feeling like.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling and the vibe. And we actually have a vibe manager who walks through the building in every single area, every outlet, from the coffee shop, which is our constant grind, and our rock shop where we sell all of our merchandise, to the sessions, to the RT60 where he's going to end up shortly. There's a different genre of music, whether it's jazz or reggae or a duo or trio. Something is always playing. It's entertainment.
That's pretty cool.
At the core.
Yeah. I love that you're doing that, keeping people entertained in that sort of way. But what's it like working in this place? Wait, hold on. Before we get to that, Anthony's in his next location. Working out.
I'm just going to listen, you come off the floor on the 25th floor, and one of my favorite people, John Bon Jovi. Now, when I was in the military, he was really, really big, and my entire military career was backed up by his music. It was like, as soon as I see him, I think of the Air Force. Really? John Bon Jovi's a blood relative. What? John Bon Jovi's a blood relative to Frank Sinatra? Who was born Bon Jovi's great uncle on his father's side. You know that?
I had no idea.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
You know what? And I just read too that you and I are related on my mother's grandmother's uncle's sister's friend's side.
Yes, but through her third cousin's sister's, Gardner.
Yeah, listen, her grandfather was Jewish, so you never know. So we're in the elevator right now, and my friend Steven's taking me to you.
All right.
So
we're actually gonna go to.
we're going to the rooftop. We're going to the rooftop.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll see you soon.
So what you can do is take me out from talking, but I want to show you as I'm walking. So is that okay?
So we'll just keep talking. I'll mute you. So
you're gonna love this space.
The space is looking incredible. I'm glad that I had a chance to tour it beforehand. I'll tell you what. One of the thing that keeps coming over and over in my mind about this property is it doesn't have the hard rock conventions that I've seen at other properties. This one seems like it's flirting with being like a New York City luxury hotel as opposed to a place for memorabilia.
Yeah, so let me explain it. It brings it all together. So it's a lifestyle upper upscale hotel with so many luxurious amenities.
Yeah.
You're going to see, Anthony's going to go to it in a moment after he goes to RT60. You're going to go to our guest rooms where we have mini guitars stitched into our keys.
That's pretty cool.
It is the ultimate. The amenities, marble, all of our artwork is the has sound waves. The parking has sound waves.
Wow.
So it brings everything to life.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right, so Anthony is right now at the rooftop bar, and being that it's not yet 12:30, the furniture covers are still on there. But what an incredible view you have over here. Wait, I got the same view right over there. Right over there. Yeah, that's amazing. Hey, Anthony, can you like look over the side and get to show the TKTS booth and Times Square and stuff like that as well, perhaps?
I don't know, but you know I'm petrified of heights, so hold on a second.
Yeah, I understand.
Hold on.
Yeah, Lori, Frank Sinatra and John Bon Jovi. When Anthony gets back up here, we'll try to get a shot of that. Great picture of Frank Sinatra over there. A dinner jacket sport coat kind of thing. It looks like a real nice, fancy one.
But look at the bar inside. You know, and this is a cool rooftop. I mean, there's a lot of rooftops in New York, but this feels intimate, and it feels like your apartment doesn't feel like a hotel rooftop. It feels very intimate. And again, I love all the finishes and the design. There's nothing like it feels like you're hanging out in the 50s, and Janis Joplin's going to come in and hang out with you. In the 60s. And look, is this the DJ booth up there with
in middle school? But
I'll tell you, that where you're standing.
And look at.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Neo was there not too long ago. Midnight Sky was there.
Yeah, cool.
Machine Gun Kelly. So
That's
these
awesome.
are the type of entertainment the DJs. Any night of the week, you can have a different thing that pops in.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
totally
just-
would have been into that if I was 30 years younger. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's all set up ready to go.
Wow. Yeah.
Actually, Rupesh Patel.
Yeah, I know.
So Rupe was here a few weeks ago, and he was
Did you
busy
do
with his
breakfast with him?
So I did breakfast with the GM. But here's the really cool fact about
Yeah.
Rupe. When he was here, he said to me, he goes, "I like the DJ. I like DJ."
Yeah,
I said,
right, he
DJ
does.
too. So we let him do a set.
Mhm.
The DJ didn't show up that evening. He ended up playing for 2 hours.
No way.
The guest,
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. The guest absolutely loved it.
He outcools us, man.
Yeah, well, don't let him hear him. Don't let him hear us say that. You're not as cool as us. All right, what a great space you have here. It's really fascinating how the design elements came together. I know you've only been here a short period of time. You weren't involved in the development process of it, but it seems like it was very specific to moving with that kind of with the design element.
Yeah, everything speaks. Even behind us, you'll see the pillows
Right.
have something correlated to music
Right.
or entertainers, and that comes out clear. One of the things you're going to notice when you go up to the exit when they take their tour is every one of our pillowcases is stitched with a guitar in the right corner.
That's pretty cool.
And then we customize it with a little special surprise when you go up.
I know, and that's it's quite the.
I'll show you shortly.
Yeah, quite the surprise to see. I'm going to take you out, Anthony, because it looks like you're moving around. Just give me the thumbs up whenever you're ready over there. So this suite's amazing. Right over here at the top floor of the building, floor 36. Is that real 36 or do you not have a 13?
There's no 13, but it is a real 36.
Yeah.
And this is the Rockstar Suite, where our VIPs, entertainers will stay, and they have a direct line to go to the RT60 lounge.
Yeah, there's like literally a back stairway you could go in here and
But
sneak in there.
it's done in such a way where they still can be part of the environment. They can feel the vibe, and they can create the vibe with their entrance, which is really amazing. But the cool thing about this suite is it also can be used as banquet space.
Right.
And we can do catering events in here, private events, opening night parties, anything from 5 people to 150 people.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can't see it right now, but when Anthony's with the mobile camera, right off to that side is a major patio area. So that's a phenomenal if you want to private party.
One of the things that we're doing is we're doing the cocktail reception at this area in the Rockstar Suite, because they're RT60. We want the outside world to experience it, and we want our internal guests to experience it. But then they go down to the venue for their social events. Yeah. Major focus for us is the social world in terms of weddings and catering. One of the individuals that I know you've spoken to at the show is Joe Koza. So Joe Koza has been working with our director of catering, Elena Orberg, on some things that they could do to really enliven the catering segment here at the Hard Rock.
It's amazing how like everyone is so connected in the
Oh,
New York
yeah.
area.
But they're experts in the field,
Mhm.
and I think our customers want to hear from them,
Right.
and that's exactly what we're doing.
So we were talking about how summer has been really super busy over here. But what are you seeing as your business mix here? How's it playing out versus what you're expecting it to be?
So I think the business transient, or especially corporate clients, continues to pick up, continues to evolve. Right across, looking out the window, Barclays is one of our top customers.
Mhm.
Alliance Capital is one of our top. Morgan Stanley, right off of Broadway.
Yep.
And that just continues to grow. I think our group businesses continue to grow. We have we have people focused on the entertainment segment.
Right.
And this is just going to continue to evolve, especially when we get into upfronts and those sort of areas. But it's not just corporate business; it's anything associated with entertainment, corporations. Broadway community is something that we're really diving into.
That's cool.
We just hit the playbill. You'll see.
I gotta go check my Book of Mormon one from the weekend.
Take a look.
Yeah.
I believe it'll come out next week, but you'll see the Hard Rock Hotel New
Cool.
York front and center in the playbill. So this is a new relationship that we've just created with the Broadway community.
That's awesome. So Anthony has made his way back here into the suite, and he's upstairs in the bedroom area. How are you, Anthony?
I'm well. Who is?
What are we looking at there? Paul Stanley.
Paul Stanley. Yes, my band.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Nice. So there's something from Madonna that you're just passing by right there into the main guest room. So what are we looking at, Anthony? All right, I think Anthony's having trouble with his volume, but check that out. Are you there?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, we weren't hearing you there for a second. So show us around.
No, I was hearing you. I wasn't listening to you.
You're impersonating my wife, eh?
Glenn, how many times have you had a pillowcase? See? I got so nervous I dropped you.
Yeah, well, that pillowcase says no vacancy. The one right behind it says Glenn on it. Thank you for spelling my name with two N's.
Oh, you didn't see that? You didn't see it?
Devil's in the detail.
I know, right? There we go. I absolutely love it. But the greatest part of it was that it came with some cuddle time for us. Be sure to check out those pictures of Anthony and I later on.
Hey, Glenn, I got an apartment. I got an apartment for you to rent. It's $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
No bathroom, no kitchen, but it's very spacious.
I'm listening.
Look, it comes in with your own built-in closet. We put a rollaway in here, and we rent it for $3,000 a month. Are you in?
Seriously, now that's a bargain, right? I'll just hold my bladder. No big deal.
Listen, look at this.
That's the bathroom.
So this is your bathroom. So the one thing that you realize when you're in a room like this is that you own New York. Like, this room really makes you feel like you own New York. It's New York. It's unbelievable. Look at that view from when you're brushing your teeth.
Yeah, if you could go back to that window, to the one, there, go straight. If you see those red chairs and stuff to the left, that's actually the balcony and the private space that we have here, and that's the rooftop bar. But the one above it is part of this Rockstar suite, which is pretty amazing to have that much outdoor space.
Yeah, for your suite, that's
not just in New York City, but in Times Square, nonetheless. What rarefied space is that? That's incredible.
Absolutely insane, my friend. So I'm coming down the stairs to see you. So there you are. Look. Okay, so I'm upstairs. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Okay, I will come downstairs and I will come see you in 1 second.
All right, imagine that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great. I really love the attention to detail that was done here. I mean, we've been seeing it as we've been touring around. We've been seeing the physical details, but how are you thinking about the attention to detail when it comes to the staff and you're taking care of your customers?
So we have some of our through our TripAdvisor scores,
Right.
Some of the top scores in top scores on TripAdvisor for our brand,
Yeah.
our proposition, and it all comes from the staff. I mean, you can have these beautiful spaces, but we are blessed with a group of individuals that were hired in this building that were top 1%.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to describe it.
That's cool.
And that's the type of service that they provide. And the way we talk about service at the Hard Rock Hotel New York, and the rest of our company for that matter, is we amplify guest service.
Excellent. Let's welcome Anthony back. He'll be sitting in the bird's nest for the rest of the broadcast over there. I like that.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah. As long as you're talking into the microphone, we can hear
Okay,
you.
I'll hold it.
Oh, that is a beautiful
So
sound.
this hotel feels like it's been here forever, brand new, but every detail is right. Like the views, the touches, the everything. It just feels good. It doesn't feel like you're in the middle of Times Square. It doesn't feel crowded. Everything just feels elevated. And so many hotels try to open this way and try to feel different. We always say when people want something different.
Right.
Well, you go walk in this hotel and go on the floor or go in the lobby or go to the rooftop and you see an artifact or piece of furniture that makes you feel like either your childhood or it just makes you feel something. And
Yeah.
so many hotels today don't make you feel anything.
Well, this hotel will bring you back.
Yeah.
Like you talked about the Air Force, and you saw the John Bon Jovi picture, and in the memorabilia you
Yeah.
saw.
That's how I
exactly-
the Beastie Boys for.
Yeah. So that's why when I asked you the other day, Glenn, who's your favorite band?
Right.
And you said the Beastie Boys. And I said, well, I'm going to show you the floor, and
Right.
the first thing you do is go up there, you do the rock sign, and you're taking pictures with the Beastie Boys.
Yep.
And
So
listen, I
many
learned
people do that.
something. I didn't know Bon Jovi was related to Frank Sinatra.
There you go.
And I don't think any of us knew that.
Yeah, and it's not just the picture or the photograph that tells the story. It's the intimate story like that people are like, wow.
Right.
And it shapes everything that we do. And we share that. You talked about our employees. Our employees are called band members.
Yeah.
So that's where I came up with, the band leader.
Yeah.
And, but being part of a band, so when I did what we call brand induction today, we do every day, people do sound check. We call it sound check, where you do your lineup of your employees
Yeah.
to talk about everything that's happening in a hotel, and everybody's excited.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you're here. And that's the beauty of it.
Well, the cool thing is I like how you're equating everything to the band, because everyone has to work in sync with each other, in rhythm
Absolutely.
with each other in order to have a successful performance. So the metaphor really fits.
Yeah,
I like
no,
that.
It will be here for
Yeah.
many, many years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the beginning, and I'm just so excited for the future.
How about the man in the background?
You're talking and I'm not even listening. I'm surrounded by New York City, and if you know me, you know it's my favorite city in the world.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of there's one person I want to share this with. My friend Brian Newman.
Yep.
Who is the band leader for Lady Gaga, who lives not too far from me. I got to bring him in for a drink one night because he will literally flip out about this hotel.
Yeah, we gotta go see him perform at that place that he's doing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Yeah, this is some of the most incredible views I've ever seen from a hotel in New York City.
Well, it's everywhere.
Fantastic. It's all around you. It's 360.
Yeah.
And that's what's wonderful about it.
So what are customers really looking for in a hotel in New York City, according to you? Because one of the great things about being in New York City is you're on the footstep of New York City, but the other problem is you're here in New York City, so maybe people are just want to get out and not be.
Well, it breaks down into three key areas.
Right.
You want your band members engaged.
Mhm.
They want people to take them serious. They want them to make it so it's memorable for them with everything that they do. They should be able to
Right.
offer them suggestions and then listen and pick up on those suggestions. So when you hear that it's somebody's birthday and that's
Right.
what we're here to celebrate,
Mhm.
and that's what they find out,
Yeah.
it says happy birthday on the pillowcase when they
That's
head
so
into
cool.
their room.
Yeah.
Because we have somebody on staff that embroiders this real time.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine what your pillowcase budget must be.
I'll have to let you know. I really haven't measured that one. Hopefully nobody hears this. But those details,
Yeah.
you can't compromise on those details.
That's an
And
amazing detail because I'm going to get to take home my pillowcase and I'm
Well.
going to use my pillowcase, and I am never, ever, ever going to forget the experience I had here. And I think that's going to go a long way over time for this property and the overall Hard Rock brand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this hotel and for the Hard Rock brand, this was the hotel that really, in New York City, is the first one in North America that's managed by Hard Rock without a casino.
Right.
So there's so much focus on this hotel for it to do well. And there's so many people that have put so much pride into it, from the development, the design, and now the day-to-day operation of it. And it just continues to get better.
It's really the first one.
And there's so much sameness.
In North America.
Oh, North America. Okay.
There's just so much sameness. I mean, there's hotels being built around us. You walk in, it's like walking in any hotel in America. You walk in here and you remember it. And I'm going to tell you, when I walk out, what I'm going to remember more than any hotel I've been to in a long time is I went up the stairs, the circular staircase, and I walked into the lobby, which was the bar and the restaurant. And it felt like I walked into a hotel, bar, and restaurant that happens to be the lobby, not the lobby that happens to be the bar and restaurant.
Right. Yes.
That is so difficult to do. But someone figured out that you make more money selling drinks and food than you do checking somebody in. Obviously, you can get in your room, but hopefully in a couple of years, that'll mostly be electronic. And you still have this feeling that you've entered a hotel, not a blank lobby with people standing in line.
One of the first things that I did when I entered, and I started here at the hotel my first few weeks,
Right.
is I wanted the band members to remember who I was,
Right.
and really know that I mean business. I take this serious.
Yeah.
So I started wearing guitar cufflinks.
Nice.
It was cool little touches.
Yeah.
But I went all the way, and I went full kilt, and I dressed up like Gene Simmons,
Yeah.
and I did a little performance at one of the sound checks.
Yeah.
It wasn't for for entertainment purposes.
No.
It was really so that people knew that I meant business.
I love that. I'm trying to. The reason why I'm looking at my phone is I know you sent me the
You probably have it.
image. I'm trying to find.
Anthony, I know you're a pretty sharp dresser, and you're wearing. So I'd like to give you some authentic
Oh,
guitar.
you get this?
Yeah, these are yours. Please, I'll pass them back
Are
to
these
you.
cufflinks?
Yeah, these are cufflinks. So next time you remember me,
Nice.
you remember your
Oh,
experience.
thank you very much.
That's pretty cool. Do you guys sell those in the gift shop?
No, I don't think we do, but we probably should.
Yeah, right.
That'd be a nice
These
addition.
came off of Billy Joel's shirt at his last concert and signed from Billy Joel.
Nice.
But they're my gift to you.
I gotta go see him over at Madison Square Garden. Somehow I've missed his monthly residency for the last 6 or 7 years, so I should go check that
Yeah, I
out.
can imagine that every rock star that stays in New York City doesn't want to stay in the suite, stay in the stuff like that.
Well, and it's continuing to pick up.
Mhm.
Recently we had Ed Sheeran here.
Mhm.
And it was huge. One of the things that we also do in this hotel is very unique, is very authentic, is we have the Odyssey broadcasting studio, which is one of our meeting rooms.
Yeah.
And they can do live interviews, they can do the broadcasts, then they can do private showings in the venue, and that's what Ed Sheeran did recently.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And then our property in Atlantic City, they brought up some of their guests from the casino hotel. So these type of things we're going to continue to enliven.
Let me just say, I love the Atlantic City property as well. They did a great job at taking a building that didn't have the right look or feel and turning it into that hard rock kind of a
Did
vibe.
they turn that monstrosity into that beautiful hotel?
Right.
It's amazing.
I know, and it's like the only place you can tell is a couple of flourishes right at the entrance to the boardwalk. The pier area. But other than that, it's like all completely different. And I'm seeing the evolution of hard rock. And Anthony, I don't know about you, but this feels to me more reminiscent of the Intercontinental downtown LA than it does what I would assume a hard rock property would look like.
Yeah, and no disrespect to the Intercontinental, but they don't, this has a soul. I like the Intercontinental, it's very pretty hotel.
It's very luxury. I mean, like the architectural design.
But I've seen, and I've seen that kind of hotel before, and it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like it. But there's something about, I feel like you walk into someone's really, really, really rich uncle's house.
Right.
Well, you're breathtaking. And you walk in, you say, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the coolness of how.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe, that's the feeling, and it all comes to life. And once you start to understand what the memorabilia means, then you can connect with it, and that's the beauty of this hotel.
Wouldn't it be great to have so much money that you can buy this and just have it as your residence, invite as many people as you want over?
I've already rented the closet for $3,000 a month, so I'm halfway there.
How many rooms do you guys have?
So we have 446 guest rooms.
400. How many?
46. That's a
Okay,
lot.
yeah, well, you know what? In New York City, it's kind of right in the middle of a pretty big hotel and a medium-sized hotel.
Right.
It's large enough that we can accommodate all sorts of segments, but then intimate enough where you feel that it's this,
Or as I would say
boutique
as a
feel.
general manager, intimate enough to make the guests feel comfortable, big enough to spend a lot of money to run the
I mean,
place.
it covers all your bases.
I always say 150 rooms is a perfect place. Because
Yeah.
you can really manage that. When it's this big, it's so. How many employees you have?
386.
486.
386. So just under
People.
40. Oh yeah.
386 people. So there's a lot to running a hotel like this. And, it's a complicated business. People look at you like, oh, you're the general manager of the Hard Rock in Times Square. You're so cool. That's such a cool job. But this is a business. This is probably over $1 billion hotel that's generating hundreds of millions of dollars with hundreds of millions of dollars of expenses. Does it ever feel that big? Does it ever feel that overwhelming? Or are you having so much fun it just feels like a kid in candy store?
No, I've been fortunate, in my career to, work in some of the most iconic hotels in New York City, from the Ritz-Carlton to the Marriott Marquis, to the East Side of Manhattan, and then ultimately to the Algonquin before, I transferred up to Boston for a short time at the Sheraton. And the one thing that I will tell you is whether it's 180 rooms or it's 1,966 rooms or the 446 room Hard Rock Hotel New York,
Right.
focus on three things that really break it down. And that's, your band member engagement, making sure your employees have what they need, they feel good. And when they go home at night, they say, wow, I had the best day ever.
Yeah.
And they talk to their spouse or their significant other and they feel really good. And then amplifying the guest service, making sure that memory is created with every interaction. And then ultimately, we answer to stakeholders, and there are a lot of them. But do you have financial stability in your organization? So if you can do band member engagement, amplify the guest service, and you can have financial stability, you've got an successful
If you're coming
operation.
to New York and you're not staying here, there's something wrong with it.
That's right.
Because you get that feeling that you're right in the middle of everything. You can get to any Broadway play within a few minutes walk. And then the best part of being able to walk into your theater in 5 or 10 minutes is being able to walk home in 5 or 10 minutes. Because remember when you get out of the theater and you can't wait to get back to your hotel room?
Yeah.
And you don't have to get an Uber or a cab, you just walk to it.
Yeah, we just saw a show on Sunday, as a matter of fact, Anthony. So,
Oh, would you see Fish?
No, Book of Mormon.
Oh, you saw it with your family?
Yes.
How did you like it?
It was fantastic.
I saw it with my family, and everybody liked it with me.
I thought it was fantastic. I would not recommend it for people that are sacred about religion and many other things in the universe.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fun. I just did see that movie, Oppenheimer.
Oh, well, we could talk about
Let's talk about
Christopher
movies.
Nolan.
Let's forget about
And that's why we're here right now. Forget music, forget hotels.
Did you see? Hold on. Did you see Oppenheimer?
Yes.
Did you see Barbie?
Not yet.
Why not?
Because I love Christopher Nolan. He's one of my favorite filmmakers, so I make it a point to see those films in IMAX. Barbie, I think, is going to be great, but I think it's going to be perfect for a flight on Delta in a couple months.
I will tell you, Oppenheimer, the movie making is beyond anything I've ever seen. They'll win an Oscar on the shot.
I would too, but one thing I'm not shocked about, and I'm going to bring it back to hotel now.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you that you bring it to movies. So one of the things that we featured and we hosted earlier in the year was the John Wick.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah.
What was
So
that?
John Wick.
Those
movies are bad.
Yeah. So we were the launch for the John Wick.
For John Wick 4?
I believe I wasn't here yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was back in the spring. They released John Wick.
So that was released here, and that was where the promotion party took
I'm
place.
sure this week,
So-
like so many movies we wanted.
So when I say it's not just music, it's entertainment, and that's at the core, and that's everything.
Did you guys change your name to the Continental for that?
No, we did not. We stay true to who we are. You talk about true to who we are. I don't know if you, along the way, you've done research on this, but Hard Rock is over 50 years old as a company.
1971 or something.
And it's just a great organization, and they have great core values and what they call their mottos. And it's all is one. Love all, serve all is the first one. Then they, take time to be kind. That's the second one.
Yeah.
Save the planet, and then all is one.
Yeah.
Those are their four mottos that really the foundation for everything that we do. And if everybody would do this, the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
So David, if you could talk, I know you and Algonquin was going through innovation, but you I'm kind of jealous because you had it all by yourself. You had that hotel, that history, all to yourself because it was quiet, it was during the pandemic. So talk about the history of hotels like this. Because even though the Hard Rock doesn't have a big history because it's just open, but it has history because of the memorabilia and the soul of what you guys are bringing to life. So when you're at the Algonquin and you're at the Hard Rock, like, tell me like how that feels to run hotels like that, as opposed to just, again, Ritz-Carlton's are beautiful, those kind of hotels are beautiful, but there's something about the soul of these kind of properties that just feel different.
Well, it's unique. So take the Algonquin. You know, the Algonquin is probably most world famous for the Algonquin cat.
Yeah.
So if it's male, and it usually comes from a shelter. So in the 1920s, I guess he was the owner or the general manager. His name was Frank Case.
Mm-hmm.
He took in a stray cat, and the first cat, I believe, was if it was a female, it was Matilda. If it was a male, it was Hamlet.
Right.
When I was there, it was Hamlet the Eighth.
Right.
So just a quick funny story. When everything was happening during COVID and the hotel was closed and we had to make all those hard decisions with the staff and that sort of thing, I remember reaching out to the executive assistant to tell her about what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And her first response to me was, well, what is going to happen to Hamlet?
Right.
I said, well, what do you mean what happens to Hamlet? She goes, well, somebody's got to take care of the cat.
Who are you talking to? Alice?
Alice. So Alice was telling me, so who's going to take care of the cat? And I said, well, we're talking about severance packages and all these different things. So I said, let me get back to you. I'm going to call the legal department. So I call the legal department and they say to me, well, yeah, basically the long story short is if a business can't own an animal from a shelter, it's an adopted animal. It's got to be owned by an individual. So she was the owner of the cat.
Right.
So I call her back and I said, Alice, you can keep Hamlet. And she goes, oh, no. Hamlet belongs to the Algonquin. That's what it's there for. You seem like a very nice young man.
Right.
I would like you to adopt Hamlet, the cat. So my most famous thing that I can bring back to the history from years and years from the original general manager, I physically owned Hamlet the Eighth during my time at the Algonquin.
Yeah, and again, story after story after story.
But
I played Frank Case, where we played at the Algonquin. We had a play called Talk of the Town, and on Monday nights I would play Frank Case. The Red Rope got started there. So anyway, we're not there to talk about the Algonquin. My point being is the history. So when you see a Frank Sinatra jacket, it makes this hotel old. It makes this hotel feel like it's been here forever. You see a John Lennon jacket that I'm literally going to think about the rest of my life. And I'm going to get that jacket. I'm going to get that jacket designed. Like, it makes you feel like this hotel has been here for a long time and it has a legacy. And that's what people want. We talk about it to nauseam on the show, about what are people looking for, and people want an experience. Well, you don't have to. Times Square gives you an experience. Like, so if you go to New York, you're going to get an experience. But when you come back here, you get a different experience. You get another experience. And it really helps you. It backs up New York. Hotels like this back up New York. When a hotel's not run well, or it doesn't feel well, it doesn't have the right energy, then you're doing a disservice to New York, because New York by itself doesn't need any help, except when you get back to your hotel. You want to make sure that you have like a good partner. And this hotel feels like a good partner to this part of the city.
Well, I will tell you that if you the history and the foundation of what's on 48th Street. 48th Street has never been more alive. We are on Music Row, and that's why exactly what we called our venue.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make it so authentic, so specific, that people, when they visit it, they know they're at the venue at Music Row, because that's exactly the history of the street.
Yeah.
And in the years to come, people are going to be able to say, I remember when I was at the Ed Sheeran show. I remember when I went to see the comedy festival in November in the venue at Music Row. And that's what will continue to bring it. So it will be, music is timeless. And I think that's what entertainment is in general. And that's what this hotel will create for anybody.
Yeah.
You went back to your early days from a Beastie Boys concert in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And you transform.
But I think I
Which was
feel
unbelievable.
But then looking at the awning for CBGBs, because I used to hang
that
out
too.
there so much in my 20s. It just like that was a real memory for me, because it's just like all of a sudden they all came back. By seeing that one item, you could have that experience that really transports you back to that that time.
And it's, you know, it could be your engagement.
Right.
I mean, I think in the months and years to come, I mean, this is going to be a place where people are going to come get engaged. They're going to come do their ceremony.
Right.
They're going to do their events, and that's what you want. Then they want them to be able to do their baptisms or their christening, whatever it is, and that's what this will become. The history is being built as we speak.
Beautiful. Anthony?
No, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you guys, and like I'm having a moment, because I was a kid that always wanted to be in hotels, and I'm sitting at the top of this hotel in the middle of Times Square talking with you guys about the history and about this beautiful property. I'm having a grateful moment.
Yeah, awesome. So the show's just about over. We should be wrapping up to get out of here. So anything that you want to add? Tell people maybe how they can come and stay with you here.
No, just please, we'd love to welcome you. The band is willing, ready, and they are going to turn it up for you. Let me tell you, they will pump up the volume with their experience.
Yep.
And all I can tell you, give me the rock signs. The two
Yeah, baby.
You know.
And I tell you, if you have a corporate function and it's a big company and you're not using your venue downstairs, there's something wrong with it, because that venue, you feel like you're in a very small Madison Square Garden. It feels like very separated from everything, and it's so intimate. Like, that is a perfect place. I remember when I was at Hudson Hotel, the Millennium Hotel, and they rolled out the iPhone, believe it or not, at that theater. And it was right on Broadway, so it was intimate, but not as intimate as the space you have. That place is like something I've never seen in New York. So, I'm not trying to sell you a hotel, but I'm trying to sell you a hotel.
Yeah.
That venue,
Listen,
that venue, if you have a reason to be in New York to have a not a small venue, but a great venue, check out the hotel. That venue is sick.
We're excited, and I just think that it will continue, and it's just going to continue to heat up, and there's no stopping us.
Glenn, we've done everything right in our careers. The one thing we haven't done is done the rock band between you and me. I'll be the lead singer, you'll be bass, and we'll have our opening party downstairs.
That sounds like a great idea. I'll go.
You should visit the Artist Den. They do exactly what you're talking about. These are the kind of things where we have up and coming bands associated with the artist. And you got an in.
Hey, listen, I'm going to be just like Tina Weymouth and learn how to play the bass specifically to be part of it.
One other thing that I would like to say that was a really cool thing to end with is, if you are that guitar enthusiast, we have a program called The Sound of Music, where you can have an electric guitar delivered to your room, put headphones on, and you can jam out all night long.
Well, I have a very dear friend.
That's awesome.
A couple. They're both big guitar players. And my friend Dorothy, she is trained from Yale. She got a master's in guitar from Yale. She's a teacher, and they got to spend the night here. So I'm gonna call you up and say hook them up, because they would love that.
Yeah, well, it would be my pleasure, Anthony. So
they would love that.
I can't thank you both of you
Thank
gentlemen
you.
for joining us here at the Hard Rock.
I really
Hotel.
appreciate it. I'm like sad that this is ending.
That he offered us to stay here for a month free this week. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, I'm getting a deal of $3,000 a month for that little space up there.
You're doing well.
Yeah,
You're really doing well.
All right. Hey, listen, if you guys want to do well, one recommendation I have is download the audio version of our podcast. We get over 1,000 downloads a month on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, wherever you get your shows, we are there. And don't forget, he's at Anthony Hotels. I'm at Traveling Glenn. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and more. Thanks for everyone for being here. And remember, you've got one life, so blaze on and
Rock on.
Yourself.
Rock on. Rock on. Yeah, yes, you go. Right.